This is the initial slide where the instructor introduces himself. To adapt this course to a hybrid environment, I would reorganize the material. I would pull some of the material out to present in person. That would include the quiz sections, and some of the content I would go in more depth, and some of the content I would actually present in class using models. This slide represents a case where I would pull the content out instead of presenting it on slides and present it in model form so the students could see how projectile motion would work around the two objects. This slide shows the first of 5 quizzes that the instructor presents in just the first section of this first module. In a hybrid environment, I would pull these quiz sections out and have the instructor ask the questions in class, call on students to assess their learning at each stage of the progress through the class. I wouldn't waste time on the online portion with quizzes. Slide 4 presents some brief detail on trigonometry functions. These are very important to the learning, differential equations learning that's going on. I would present this in a hybrid environment in much more detail, still online, but freeing up time we free up from quizzes and such in the in-person portion. I would invest that time savings back into making the content delivered online more deep, more broad. This is example 2 of one of the quizzes I would ask the instructor to do in person by calling on the students. This is example 3 of one of the quizzes I would pull out and have the instructor ask the students directly. So slide 7 presents some brief overview of derivatives. This topic is so important to differential equations with regards to projectile motion that I would invest a whole unit on derivatives and separate this out from the rest of the class. The students can't get enough information from this one slide to be useful for completing this section. This is example 4 of one of the quizzes to assess the learning. This I would also have the instructor call on students to assess their information, their knowledge, their learning. This is the 5th quiz. In just the first 8 slides, there are 5 quizzes. Again, I would pull all of these quizzes out and have the instructor assess in person that the learners understand the material. The 9th slide presents a brief presentation of Newton's second law. I would probably do this in demonstration form and on a whiteboard in person, or if I need to, keep it online but go into more detail, significantly more detail in an online version of this summary. The students don't get enough information in this slide to be useful for what they need to do to solve the problem.